Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Miya and I have been practicing tarot for 10 years. This is how my channel works. If you go to my channel's website, you can pick a number using your intuition or use a random numbers generator. For each message, I have assigned a distinct number, and I do readings of some guided, and I will use different decks and talk about different topics. So for this message, I'll be using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, and all readings are timeless. And we're gonna look at the guidance. What's the guidance to the best way to resolve your past, to look at your past? And what's the guidance for you to work constructively with the present? And also what's the guidance for your future? And okay, so first I'm going to shuffle the cards. So past, present, and future is a classic combination. Now let's review the cards. So you get Unfinished Symphony, reverse. You get the Fates for your present. And I have a feeling to turn it here, okay? So in the positive position. So you get message in a bottle. Okay, I'm going to draw a clarification card for the message in a bottle. Not for you. So, okay. So let's look at Unfinished Symphony. Unfinished business, an incomplete lesson, lack of closure, the need to make amends. When unfinished business casts a shadow over your life, it is a reminder that procrastination is a form of self-sabotage. It is not in your best interest to stall. Even stumbling forward is better than holding back. Don't overthink things or let yourself get distracted. Just tie up any loose ends and deliver the results. Don't quit before the finish line. Spirit wants you to win. Okay, this is what I'm getting, that you might still have something in the past that are holding you back. You might think you have let go of it. You might think you have healed, but actually it's not. For example, if something happened 3 years ago, 2 years ago, or last year, or it can happen like a few months ago. I'm sensing it's like even last year. Somebody who might have said something, somebody who have done something. I know those are unpleasant experiences, like more worse than unpleasant. Okay, they might have really hurt your feelings, that impact on you psychologically. That those kind of things you might feel like you are still unhealed. And what's the sign of being unhealed? It's like you go on, you wake up every day and go on about your life, but your mind is still drifting back to a moment in the past, to somebody has done to you. And so this card is to advise you to really pay attention to that, where your energy goes, because it can be that it's like these past events, these people who doesn't deserve, who really you should cut off, like they shouldn't occupy your mind, occupy your time, but they are stealing your time and energy in this way. That so I advise to do some cord cutting. Just to write down what you wanted to say to them, write down like angry letters, and all spill out everything you want to say to them. Just to write down anything. It can be curses, it can be anything. Just write down on paper, and don't judge yourself. Just release all your emotions, release all your feelings, your thoughts, and your expressions on that letter, and then burn it. And then do a ritual. Say, you know what? From today now, I cut cords with you. Your journey is your journey, and if you can't do that, just say that I take back the judgment. I take back the judgment I said about you. I take back any harshful words I said about you, because I cut cords with you. You are on your own journey, and I'm on my own journey, and there's nothing you has to do with me anymore, and there is nothing between us anymore. There's like we cut ties. So do some cord cutting. Let your anger, if you have resentment, if you have like anger, release them like in the letters that you write for yourself. Don't send them, okay? Just write down in like paper, and then you can do a bit of ritual. If you Google online, there are like rituals, cord cutting rituals. And so the message is really for you to really think about, is there like any past people or past events or other people at events who shouldn't bother you anymore, who you should have already cut off anymore, still stealing your energy, that you still think about them. So, and this is like to tell you just like not to think about them anymore, and to just cut ties. And also, like, if you have been procrastinating, do not procrastinate, okay? Just keep pushing forward. This is the key. Even stumbling forward, it's better than holding back. So this is not a time for you to get distracted. Do not get distracted by anyone. So if you have like some past event being triggered, and you feel being triggered, or you're like resurfacing, please know that they are distractions. They are distractions. So do not hold on to that. It's better if you have already done healing work, if you have already done cut cording, and they just like resurface, or the thoughts coming back, and my suggestion is to not hold on to it. So just tell yourself, okay, that thought come back again. Oh, that feeling come back again. Okay, I'm observing myself, and I'm observing those thoughts come and go. And you know what? These thoughts they'll be gone in a bit. So don't judge yourself. Don't engage with those thoughts. So let me clarify. You have two situations, right? One is you haven't done the cord cutting. My apologies for my accent. And another is you have already healed. You have already done a lot of work on that, and sometimes these just like thoughts coming back, and it's completely normal. And all you need to do is not to hold on to that, not to engage, and just to observe your thoughts. And when you observe your thoughts, and these thoughts just gone, don't judge yourself, don't engage with those thoughts. And it's very important, because those are distractions, and you do not procrastinate, and you just like this is a moment for you to deliver the results, okay? Keep delivering the results, and don't quit before the finish line, okay? And let's look at your the guidance for you to work constructively with the present. You get the card Fate. Number 17. There might be, some of you might be 17-year-olds. There's something happened when you were 17 years old. Okay. Fate, karma, acceptance that there are things you cannot change, and knowing what those things are. The Serenity Prayer sums up the meaning of this card. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. There are things in your life you will never have control over. I feel like this has to do with the past events. Okay, these three cards are related. The conditions brought on by the evolution of the collective, by nature, and by your past experiences may be fated, ordained by spirit for a greater purpose you cannot understand in this lifetime. It may not be your cards to understand why certain events occurred, but you can accept the mystery and work with what those events and your current circumstances have to teach you. This is the wisdom contained in the Serenity Prayer. Other people are who they are. You can't change them. The challenge is to accept them as they are and not try to make them otherwise to suit you. This is a time to look at how you attempt to mold people to fit your view of how they should be, so you can remain in the relationship and avoid discomfort. What if who they are and whatever is happening between you and them in this situation is perfect from the perspective of the spirit? Now is the time to accept what you cannot change, even if it means that you honor yourself, spirit, and the other person by moving on. Love unconditionally for each of us is on our own journey, and we cannot direct that of another. Be aware that this relationship is indeed fated, and you are meant to evolve into a better version of yourself as a result of it. Prosperity message. Your experiences concerning prosperity and abundance are beyond your personal control right now. You are being invited to accept what is unreservedly. This could be a temporary situation, seemingly thrust upon you by outside forces, but there is an underlying purpose you can't see that has been determined by the fates. It could be a situation you are unprepared for, and you may not understand how it will benefit you in the moment. Do not fight the situation. Write it out and see where it leads. Surrender to it. And the serenity you need to make good choices from here on out will be given to you. You will indeed flourish. So, what I'm getting is, no matter what have you been experiencing right now, you need to fully accept the situation. And I do feel like a lot of about the relationship is about the situation in the past, that if there are past events that you're still thinking about and that have hurt you and you're feeling that they're still hurting you, and to know that those events are in a way that it's like fated, or I won't say those events are fated, but more like people are like that. You are like that. You were like that. The situation or as it were, as it is. It is what it is, So for you to move on from that is to really accept, to not blame yourself, to forgive yourself in that situation, to forgive yourself being hurt by the events, by the people, to forgive yourself if you've trapped somebody wrong, to please forgive yourself, to please do not blame yourself. And also, try not to blame others, because it can be in a situation that you feel like you didn't do well in that situation and other people didn't do well in the situation, so you are blaming yourself and you're blaming others, or you're feeling unhappy about yourself, unhappy about the other people. But this card is telling you that you cannot accept what others are like, accept what you are like, and to really accept, but more importantly, in a way that to really accept how the event unfolded, because it has its own inner logic, to really look at that and move on from that. And do not, because the past energy has been distracting you, and you need to cut cords with that. You need to let go of that. And you wanted to wake up in the day feeling unburdened, feeling fresh, and not think about, something, not think about, past people or past events, right? Because, you don't want that burden. You don't want that distraction. So the key is to really accept what happened and accept the current event as well, to know that, sometimes things just they are different from what we expected, and it's hurtful. It's very hurtful because you want a relationship to work out, but then it didn't. It's very painful, and it's very disappointing, and it's hard to accept. But, we want to move on from that, just to honor yourself and honor others by moving on. Okay, so now we're going to look at the energy in your future's message in the bottle, and says not for you, okay? So I say that in the future, you might get, like, if there's a relationship that doesn't work out, or if there's an application that doesn't work out, to know that it's a blessing in disguise, okay? I know that, it's kind of a cliche to say that, but it's really, Spirit is protecting you right now. Sometimes it happens, like, for example, if a man, let's say if you engaged with somebody, and then this man or woman cheated on you, and then you broke up. What you didn't see is, if you didn't break up, 5 years later or 3 years later, or something down the line, something is more horrible that can really break you can happen. And Spirit is protecting. It's actually a blessing that you see the truth of the situation now. Okay, you see the truth of the event now. You see the truth of the person now. It's a protection. It's a good for you. So it tells you that, okay, this relationship ended now. This situation ended now. There's something better is coming your way. Something more suitable for you. Something is for you is going to come into your life. Okay, so this is the message for you. Is really to, if something that doesn't work out in the past, for example, if you get a rejection, then know that rejection is God's protection. Okay, so I hope this message helps. If you like my channel, please remember to subscribe. I will be posting more videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye.